ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात् कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। ऊकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। श्लोका नंबर 47, second chapter, 47th श्लोका। कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्योः समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते। 48th shloka, important shloka, which defines definition of karma yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate iti. The 47th shloka, Bhagavan Krishna, he gives a statement a factual statement. Karmani eva tava adhikaraha. You have got authority, adhikara, authority or privilege or the choice only in doing and karma, an action. With reference to karma, you have authority, you have eligibility, you have choice, being endowed with free will. Therefore, you have got choice in doing an action. Ma paleshu kadachana. You don't have choice with regard to the fruits, the result of action. You don't have choice over that. If you have choice over the results of action, then you need not do action at all. Why should you action? Why should you do karma to get karma phala? Already you have got choice, the privilege over the results of action. You can directly command the result of action. Why should you do karma? Therefore, it is very clear, over karma phala, we don't have choice. Even Bhagavan also has not got choice over your karma phala. Why? Because he is a karma phala data. He is just the distributor of the karma phala. He distributes the karma phala to the people, to the jivas at the appropriate time, at the appropriate place. And when you are at the right place, right time to receive the phalam, that is what we called anugraha, grace. Phalam, karma phalam of good karma, not bad karma. Karma phalam of good karma done by you, result of that which you receive at the appropriate time, at the appropriate place, that is what is called successes. That is what is called success. What is success? Success is nothing but being in the right place at the right time. In the life, at the right place at the right time, you are at every time. If you are at the right time at the right place, then it is called success, and success is a successful person. Similarly, for the wrong karma phala also, if you are at the right time at right place, may not be right time, right place for you, but it is according to the Bhagavan, it is right. You deserve that punishment. Therefore, you get karma phala, you get. That you may not call it as anugraha. You look upon because you are caught, you are being punished for that wrong action. You may not call it as anugraha, but when you enjoy, when you are benefited by your karma phala, and when you get the result at the right time, at right place, you say it is anugraha of Bhagavan. So, anugraha is the grace of Bhagavan is always there. You call it as a grace or you call another way. That is your choice depending on your karma. So, as a bhakta, we call it as anugraha when the karma phala for the karma comes at the right time, at the right place. So, your punya, because of your punya, you invited the karma phala. So, Bhagavan is just the distributor of the karma phala. So, he cannot increase or he cannot reduce. But still, we say out of bhakti, out of respect for the order, the invisible order in this network of karma. Karma is a very big network. Bhagavan doesn't do any mistake in distributing the karma phala. He doesn't give one karma phala of one person to other person. No. Bhagavan is Sarvajna. He is Sarvashaktima. We are Alpajna, we are Alpashaktima. Therefore, only we say you don't have choice over the result of action. If you have choice over the result of action, then you will become you will be enjoying the same Aishwarya as that of the Bhagavan. Then you are not a Jiva anymore. And that being Jiva, therefore only you do karma. Therefore only you get karma phala. If you have direct choice over the karma phala, then you don't have to do karma. So That itself very clearly says, clearly we can understand from that itself that we have got choice only in doing a karma. Either you can do the karma or you need not do the karma, or you can do karma in a different way. The capacity to do that is, for that you have got a choice. Bhagavan has given you a choice. That is free will, but not to the results. So therefore only we say the result comes as the prasada, as a prasada, as a blessing from Bhagavan. The result, the result which comes from Bhagavan, that is accepted. That is accepted as you accept a prasada which comes after Naivedyam from Bhagavan. With what devotion you accept a prasada which comes after Naivedyam in the temple. Similarly, the karma pala also, because of so many invisible factors, that factors you don't know, Bhagavan knows, because he is Sarvajna, he is all knowledge. He doesn't have any limitation. You have got limitation. So therefore, when it comes, you accept with that attitude, the prasada buddhi, with the attitude of the gratitude, the gratefulness. That is what is called this karma yoga. That is the attitude of a karma yogi. So accepting the limitation on the part of commanding the result of karma, accepting the limitation is not helplessness. It is accepting the limitation is being objective. That is what the fact is. You have to accept the limitation. It is not helplessness. You are not helpless. You have got the free will. You have got knowledge and power, but in a limited way. This is how a jiva. This is how Bhagavan has given. If there is no limitation, then you become Bhagavan. You become Sarvajna, you become Ishvara. Being a jiva, endowed with this free will, and the free will also being limited. Therefore, you can do karma as much you can extend your free will, and whatever that comes as the result, you accept with prasada buddhi. As you accept the prasada, that in the acceptance of the results of action, there has to be prasada buddhi, and that is what is presented here as samatva buddhi. Whether you call it as a prasada buddhi or whether you call it as a samatva buddhi, both are same. Samata is samatva, that evenness, the equanimity, that evenness with regard to what comes as the result, the prasada from Bhagavan, accepting that. Because of the backup understanding that many invisible factors are involved in giving this result. So I am only a part of it. The main part, not I'm only a part, but I'm the main part. I'm the main part, but there are other factors involved in that. Therefore, I'm not the author of karma. I am the author of mere action. I am a karma hetu, not karma pala hetu. Who is a karma pala hetu? Bhagavan. Therefore, whatever comes as the result of the karma, of our karma, accepting with the attitude of samatva, that is called karma yoga. Puja Swamiji says samatva is a pragmatic attitude. It's a pragmatic attitude. Accepting. You have to accept. There is no choice also, but accept with joy. Whatever may be the result, accept with joy. This is what you deserve. This is what we deserve, and accept it. So from that, if it is not, the result is not up to your expectation. Still, when you have the prasada buddhi, you will accept. When you have the prasada buddhi, since it has come from Bhagavan, therefore, the result, even though may not be to your expectation, you will not look upon that as a failure. For you, as a bhakta, as a karma yogi, everything is a success only because you have got commitment towards moksha. For that, karma yoga is the indirect means. So your goal being moksha and karma yoga being the means for the jnana yogyata prapti, that being the goal. Therefore, whatever may be the prasada, whether it is to your expectation or below your expectation, or sometimes even opposite to your expectation, you accept with the evenness. When there is the attitude of evenness, when there is the prasada buddhi, that implies the acceptance of Bhagavan. That implies acceptance of Bhagavan on the part of you. You accept Bhagavan. There are so many laws functioning behind the result of this karma, and who is the author of this law? You are not the author. We are not the creator of any law. Laws, there are many laws are there. The laws are not created by any of us. The laws are in the creation. The gravity, that is a law. Did we create gravity? No, it is there. So we are not the creator of any laws. In fact, we only discover the law. No laws were created by us. We are just the discoverer of the laws. So there are many laws functioning, invisible laws, even in the field of karma, which accounts for the result. So therefore, accepting these laws are nothing but this is the Ishvara, this is the order of Ishvara. So who is the author of these laws? Whether it is the laws related to this world or the laws which governs the result of action, everything is Bhagavan. It is governed by Bhagavan. So when you accept that, then when you understand that, then you accept the result as Ishvara Prasada. So therefore only says Ma Paleshu Kadachana. Paleshu Tava Adhikara Kadachana Ma. And therefore, Ma Karma Palahetuhu Buhu. You don't become the cause for the result of your action in the form of, if you are karma yogi and your commitment is moksha, then you don't sow the seed for further karma in the form of janma, marana, because you are interested in moksha and to come out from the cycle of samsara. Therefore, you don't become the cause for the repeated janma, marana. And also don't resort to inaction. That is also not proper. You cannot give up karma also. Karma is required for preparation. To prepare yourself, karma is required. Karma is like a chisel with which you chisel yourself. You chisel your antakarana to be a qualified adhikari for jnana. Therefore, don't resort to akarma. That is also not correct. Mate sangaha astu akarmani. Mate sangaha astu akarmani. Let not be you be inclined towards inaction. Inaction means laziness. Inaction is laziness. Bhagavan has given this body, mind, senses, and everything, all the faculties Bhagavan has given, which we have to use to the fullest potential. In order to please Bhagavan. To please Bhagavan is doing karma with a karma yoga attitude. That is how you please Bhagavan. So, by doing the action, being free from the sangha, being free from the raga and dvesha. This raga and dvesha only accounts for samsara. So, raga and dvesha, the like and dislike, free from this raga dvesha, you do this karma. In fact, raga dvesha, that neutralization is the purpose of doing the karma. What is raga and what is dvesha? Raga is that which pleases you, which is pleasing to you. That is called raga. Dvesha is that which is not pleasing, which is not pleasing, which is not desirable. So, without raga dvesha, you do karma. How can you do it without raga dvesha, karma and karma pala acceptance? Only when you have Ishvararpana buddhi, then only you can do karma without raga dvesha. And also acceptance also will be possible only when you don't have raga dvesha. When you have the prasada buddhi, then only you will not have raga dvesha. So that is the idea of the karma yoga. And karma yoga is the prerequisite for jnanam. That is very clearly said. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna here he says, Yogastaha kuru karmani. Whatever may be the karma, whether Vaidika karma or Lautika karma, yoge stitva karmani kuru. So, if your commitment is moksha, if your commitment is not prayers, then you are a seeker, you are a mumukshu. If your commitment is not prayers, if your commitment is shreyas, then only Shreyorti can do a karma with the attitude of karma yoga, not a Prayorti, because Prayorti has got dharma, artha, kama commitments, whereas a Shreyorti has got commitment only in moksha. Therefore, if your commitment is not the material benefits, then the same karma, whether it is Laukika or Vedika karma, the same karma can be converted into a sadhana, a karma yoga. How? That is what is being said in this shloka. Yogastha kur karmani sangam tektva dhananjaya iti. So, kuru karmani, the karma, Bhagavan Krishna clearly says, kuru karmani. Karmani kuru. Do karma. What are the karmas? Vaidika karma, Vihita karma, Kamya karma, Pratishiddha karma, Prayaschitta karma. These are the 4 types of Vaidika karma. And Laukika karmas are many. Laukika karma is the karma which you do in the loka depending on the stage of life, the roles and responsibilities, as the role what you play in the family, the role what you play as a citizen, the role what you play as a human being, whatever that, those are the Laukika karma. Shastra Vigita karma is the Vaidika karma is Shastra Vigita karma, Vigita karma, Kamya karma, Prashita karma, Pratishita karma, iti. There are karmas prescribed in the Shastra. Kamya karma is the karma which are prompted by your desires. What desire a karma yogi can have other than moksha, other than Bhagavan? So, therefore, you have to reduce the kamya karma. Immediately giving up kamya karma is not possible. If immediate giving up of kamya karma is suggested, then the person will give up the spiritual path itself. He will give up this mumukshutva. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna also doesn't ask you to give up karma immediately. You give up, reduce your kamya karma. Slowly reduce your kamya karma. When you do karma as a sadhana, over a period of time, the kamya karma also will reduce, or it has to be deliberately reduced. So 2 things have to be done. 2 things have to be important things. One is reduction of kamya karma. Second one is avoidance of pratishiddha karma. What the Shastram prohibits that one should not do. Pratishiddha karma. If you don't do the prohibited action, then you don't have to do prayaschitta also. Prayaschitta is the karma penitentiary action which you do for the karma which you should not be done, that you have done. Therefore, only you neutralize the papa karma, you do prayaschitta karma. If pratishiddha karma itself you don't do, then what is the need for prayaschitta karma? So, So Pratisiddha and Prayaschitta and Kanya, you reduce it. Therefore, what is left out is only Vigita Karma. Shastra Vigita Karma. Shastrehi Vigitam Karmani. Karmani Kuru. Vaidika Karmani, Shastra Vigita Karmani Kuru. There are karmas prescribed for the people in different stages of life, for brahmachari, for grihastha, vanaprastha, even for sannyasa also the karma is there. They have got some nitya karma to be done. Even though that karma is not like the other karma, they are nitya. What they are supposed to do. Being in a sannyasi, for gaining jnana nishta, they are supposed to do certain thing. Therefore it is. So, like Shastra Shravanam, they have to do, even though it is not a karma, but it is Vigitam by the Shastra. And there are, and similarly, this in the for the Grihastha, the Karma Yoga. Grihastha need not only be those who are in the Grihastha Ashrama. Grihastha means that other than sannyasis, we can take other than sannyasis. For them, this Karma Yoga is presented. How to do Karma Yoga? That is presented in the form of doing Panchamaha Yajna. 5 types of Yajna. That 5 types of Yajna is a everyday Yajna. Every day to be done by the people, other than the sannyasi. Because sannyasis are exempted from doing any karma. Therefore, the 5 types of Yajna, the Panchamaha Yajna, we say. One is Deva Yajna. Deva is Bhagavan, Ishvara. So, God and goddesses, whatever may be, Ishtadevata, Deva Yajna, doing seva to them. How do you do seva? In the form of doing puja. In the form of doing puja, either personally or in the temple. That is Deva Yajna. Then Brahma Yajna. Brahma Yajna is, Brahma means Shastram. The study of Shastram. Gita Shastram, Upanishad, Dharma Shastram. This is Brahma Yajna. Then Pitra Yajna, doing the Yajna. Yajna meaning karma. Yajna means the karma, Yajati. That there is an offering. Offering means that's karma. So Pitra Yajna, doing Shraddhadi karma to the Pitras, the forefathers. It's very important karma. You have to please them, please the forefathers. Their blessings are required, both for material as well as spiritual benefits. So therefore, Pitra Yajna. Then Manushya Yajna, helping the fellow beings. Manushya Yajna, helping the people who are in need of help, either in the form of money or in form of the vastra or whatever may be, or even in the form of time also. Giving time also is a seva, giving time to others. So that is a yajna. Then Bhuta Yajna. Bhuta Yajna is this, the yajna which is done to the bhutas, the beings, living beings, other than human beings. Living beings are as well as the plants and trees, watering the plants, planting new trees, and feeding birds, feeding animals, cows, etc. These are Bhuta Yajna. These are the Panchamaha Yajna, which is a must for, mainly must for Grihastha. It is a must for Grihastha and for other ashramas to whatever the capacity or capability, they must do. This Panchamaha Yajna will help to neutralize the papam, because papam is an obstacle in our pursuit of moksha, and we do papam, a lot of papam every day also. So to neutralize the papam, this Panchamaha Yajna as a karma yoga, it is presented, and the Deva Yajna, other yajnas are there. Therefore, it is the attitude based karma. So therefore, remaining in this attitude of yoga, Kuru Karmani, Yogastaha San Kuru Karmani. So Yogastaha San, being remaining in this yoga, you do this karma. katam sangam tyaktva, giving up the sangha. Sangha means here the result of action. Giving up giving up that longing or the trishna, the craving for the result of action. It doesn't mean you don't expect the result. Everybody does karma with an expectation, but don't have too much craving, the longing for the result of action. The result of action being, you know that it comes from Bhagavan. Therefore, whatever comes, accept as prasada. Therefore, sangam tyaktva. So, sangam tyaktva, ye Dhananjaya, siddhi asiddhi, siddhya siddhyoho samo bhutva. Have this, the attitude of sameness, samaha, towards success and towards failure. Success and failure is not there for a karma yogi. You may call it as a success when the result is keeping with your expectation, and can call it as a failure when it is not otherwise. So for karma yogi, what is success? No karma will become a failure for a karma yogi. In every karma, there is a success for a karma yogi because it is one step towards Bhagavan. Therefore, there is no failure. Therefore, in any karma, you will not look upon any karma down. Every karma is a aradhana, Ishvara aradhana, and every karma pala is prasada. Therefore, naturally, this samatvam will be there for a karma yogi. If not there, cultivate. That is called yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. The samatvam, the sameness, the evenness. Karma, not evenness towards a karma. You cannot do all the karma with the same, with the same, the karma being not same. Therefore, karma being different. Gita, Bhagavan doesn't ask you to look upon all the karma as same. Karma being different, accordingly, you have to adopt the means to do it. But towards the result of action, the sameness is not in action, the sameness is towards the result. Because only the result, the sameness is possible only, the sameness is possible only in the attitude. So, therefore, karma being different, and therefore karma pala will be different. So, with regard to the result of action, you have this sameness. You cannot look upon the action, all the action as same. Action being different, therefore you have to adopt different means to do the action. But while doing action, you can look upon the action as the worship, action as the aradhana for Ishvara. That attitude can be there. But all actions are not same. Actions are different. Whatever may be the action, the result of them, with regard to that, you have the samatva buddhi, the sameness. That is what here is mentioned. So the attitude with regard to the result, the sameness, that is called, in other words, it is called Ishvararpana buddhi. It is called Ishvararpana buddhi. Even though these words are not used, Ishvararpana buddhi or this prasada buddhi, the attitude in doing the karma being different karmas are there. So therefore, the attitude in doing the karma as well as in the result. In doing it is Ishvararpana buddhi. In accepting the result, there is prasada buddhi. That is called samatva. That is called the sameness. So let the action be as an offering to the Lord. Whatever may be the action. It is not that you do aradhana only when you offer flowers. Even any action, washing the vessel also is an offering to the Lord. So that backed up by that attitude, samatvam, you do karma. Yoga buddhya, karmani, kuru. Yogastaha is yoga buddhya. Yogastaha san, yoga buddhya, kuru karmani. This is the recommendation for a karma yogi, to be a karma yogi. Karma yogi means not just doing seva. Seva is not karma yoga. Any activity, even if it is the activity of seva, If this attitude of karma yoga is not there, then it is not karma yoga. It is just a karma which gives you punya. So even though the doing seva is a good action, but if it is not done with the attitude of karma yoga, then it is not really a sadhanam which can take the person forward one step towards Bhagavan. So it is a good action which gives you palam, punya palam. That's all. To convert a karma to karma yoga, that depends on the attitude of the person doing the karma. So this is the definition of karma yoga, important definition, and later Bhagavan Krishna will give another definition also. It's going to come. Now then in the next shloka, Bhagavan Krishna, he distinguishes what is karma and what is karma yoga. Mere karma and karma yoga. We will read that. Dure na hyevaram karma.
Dure
karma.
Buddhi yoga dhananjaya.
Buddhi-yoga dhananjaya.
Buddhau sharaman vichha.
Buddhau sharaman vichha.
Pranav palahetavaha.
Pranav palahetavaha.
So here it says, Hey Dhananjaya, addresses Arjuna, same way, Hey Dhananjaya, Dhananjayati iti Dhananjaya, Buddhi yogat karma durena avaram. It's a vakya. Durena hi avaram karma. Karma and karma yoga, these two are different things. Sometimes we use the word karma, meaning karma yoga. That depends on the context. But here Bhagavan says, avaram karma. Avaram karma, buddhi yogat. Buddhi yogat means karma yogat. Compared to karma yoga, panchami vibhakti. Buddhi yogat, karma, durena, avaram karma, durena. Durena, avaram. Durena is far. Far, avaram is inferior. Karma is inferior. Karma is inferior compared to what? Compared to buddhi yoga. Another word for karma yoga is buddhi yoga. So, mere karma is inferior. Mere karma means the karma which is done with the desire, the material benefits, the desire, the prayers. Compared to buddhi yoga, this karma, the karma done with the material ends, it is inferior. So between karmi and karma yogi, between karma and karma yoga, the tarataram is pointed out by Bhagavan here. So karma yoga is superior. Karma being the action being what it is, that done by a karma yogi and done by a karmi, there is a difference, because that attitude makes that difference, because it gives different result. Karma yogi is moksha, for karmi is the perpetuation of samsara, a huge difference. Therefore, Bhagavan says here, Buddho sharanam anvichha. Anvichha. May you take shelter, may you seek what? Sharanam. Sharanam is refuge. May you seek refuge, sharanam, in what? In Buddha, in the Buddhi yoga. May you resort to karma yoga. May you do karma yoga with the attitude of the sameness. Burena, the Buddha sharanam anvichha. Buddha sharanam anvichha. Kripanaha palahetavaha. So, this Buddha sharanam anvichha is the piece of advice to Arjuna. Then Kripanaha palahetavaha. Palahetavaha is the palarthi. Palahetu. People for whom, this is a Bhagavadgita Samasa, referring to the people who are interested in the pala, the cause, hetu, The people for whom this karma pala is the motivating factor. People who are interested in doing karma for gaining karma pala, they are called kripanaha. Kripanaha means miser. The misers are called kripanaha. Why they are called misers? Because they are interested in the limited results. Therefore, they are called a miser. This limited results will keep them busy in samsara. There will be perpetuation of samsara. It will not free them from samsara and help them to get mukti. Therefore, they are kripanaha. Even though they are endowed with free will, even though they are endowed with this free will and capability to do the karma as a aradhana, but since they are interested in the limited results, they are miser. And also, because of that, what happens? Because of that, what happens? Even though they have got Manushya Shariram and have got Manushya Shariram, only through Manushya Shariram moksha is possible, and they are not able to, they are incapable, or they are not able to use this rare opportunity to work for moksha. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the word kripanaha is used. Etad aksharam aviditva yaha asmat lokat preti saha kripanaha. The one who, without understanding this aksharam brahma, without understanding Ishvara, the one who leaves the world, they are called kripana. When do you call a person miser? The person in the Laukika, in the worldly world, we call a person as miser when he has got a lot of money and doesn't use. It does neither uses for himself nor he uses for others in the form of charity. They are called a miser. Similarly, having got human birth in this world, endowed with free will, and all the parts of the body are active, this person not attempting to work for moksha, if he leaves the world, then what we call the person? The person is a miser person because he did not use the capabilities which Bhagavan has given. This Manushya Shariram is a Durlabha Janma. Having got that, he did not use, therefore he is a Kripana, he is a miserly person. Even the word Kripana we saw in the second chapter, Karpanya dosho upagatastvabhavaha. But Arjuna, he says, Karpanya dosha. This Kripana, the Karpanya buddhi, the Kripana buddhi is called Karpanya. That is the dosha. So, Kripanaha, the miserly people, they are Palahetavaha. They are committed to performing action only for the results. So, Bhagavan distinguishing between Karmis are Kripana and Karma Yoga. And the Karma Yoga, the Karma Yogis are Mumukshus. Therefore, hey Arjuna, Tvam Buddha Sharanam Anvicha. You resort to this Karma Yoga. So, do your duty remaining in yoga. Let not these material benefits or achievements be your motive or be your focus. So, therefore, with the attitude of sameness in victory or defeat, jaya, ajaya, labha, alabha, sukha, dukkha, with the attitude of sameness, you do karma. That becomes the means for, indirect means for moksha. Therefore, the karma done with the desire for material benefit is called the kama, and the one who does is called karmi. The one who does karma with a certain material ends in mind is called a karmi. So, the karmi who does such karma, and those karmas are called kamya karma. So, therefore, compared to kamya karma, karma yoga is superior. Compared to karma yoga, this kamya karma is inferior. That is what Bhagavan Krishna says here. So compared to karma yoga, this kamya karma done by the karmis Karmis are those who have got the material ends in mind. It is inferior. So what makes a difference? What is the difference between the karma yogi and karmi? It is the attitude. The attitude is a difference. That attitude is alone converts a karma into a karma yoga. And that attitude is called buddhi yoga, karma yoga. And karma, mere karma binds a person. Karma yoga frees a person, liberates a person. That is the huge difference. 180-degree result difference is a totally opposite result. Therefore, not interested in freedom, moksha, the people who do karma with the material ends in mind, they are called kripanaha. Because why they are called kripanaha? Because they don't use their buddhi. They don't use their buddhi to convert, to make the karma into a karma yoga. To convert this karma into karma yoga, buddhi has to be used. They don't use it. That's why they are called kripanaha. Being endowed with buddhi, not that buddhi is not there. Buddhi is there, but they don't use it. Money is there, they don't use it. That's why it's called kripana in the Laukika. Similarly, here, buddhi being there, not using, not that not able to use. They don't use it because their focus is material benefits. Therefore, they are called kripanaha. So therefore, hey Arjuna, you be a karma yogi, don't be a karmi. That is the instruction of Bhagavan. Therefore, yogam, the karmani kuru, samattva buddhya, buddhau sharanam anvicha iti. Now we will read the next shloka. There another definition of karma yoga comes. Buddhi yukto jahatiha.
युक्तो जहातिह
Ubhe sukrita dushkrute.
उभे सुकृते दुष्कृते
Asmad yogaya yujyasva.
तस्मात् योगाय युज्यस्व
Yoga karma su kaushalam.
योगकर्मसु कौशलम्
Yoga karmasu kaushalam. That is another definition of yoga. Yoga means karma yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. What is karma yoga? That samatvam, that equanimity, the sameness, the evenness of the mind. That is called samatva. That is called yoga. And here, that kaushalam, the kaushalam in doing the karma. What is kaushalam? That we have to understand. So, buddhi yuktaha jahati iha ube sukruta dushkrute. So here, the result of karma yoga. What is the result of karma yoga? The result of karma yoga is antakarana shuddhi. Antakarana is tainted. It is contaminated. Contaminated with what? Contaminated with raga and dvesha. That alone makes the person restless. That alone makes a person crave for the results of action. Craving for what is desired, raga, craving for avoiding. That is also a craving only, equally a craving. That is called dvesha. So raga, dvesha, these are the malam of the antakaranam. Antakaranam meaning the mind. So the result of karma yoga is this mala nivritti, this antakarana shuddhi. Why antakarana shuddhi is required? Only when the mind is relatively free from raga dvesha, then only it can listen to the shastram. Then only it will have the mind to listen, to calmly sit and listen to the shastram, study the shastram, by which jnanam is gained. Study the shastram is not on one's own. To go to the guru, listen to the shastram, shastra shavanam, manana, nididhyasanam is possible. Is possible means it is possible even without antakarana shuddhi, but it will not give palam. If palam is required, then it must have Antakarna must have relatively, the Antakarna must be relatively pure. So, therefore, for Shastra, Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasana, since Antakarna preparation that in the form of this Shuddhi, the form of removal of or neutralization of, not removal, Raga Dvesha cannot be, it is not you deliberately wanted, it is there. Therefore, you can neutralize to some extent that is required. That alone gives that preparedness to receive jnanam, and jnanam alone gives moksha, makes you free from samsara. Therefore, buddhi yuktaha, endowed with this buddhi. What buddhi? This karma yoga buddhi. Jagatiha, jagati buddhi yuktaha, iha jagati. Here in this world, endowed with this buddhi. What buddhi? Karma yoga buddhi is samattva buddhi. Samattva buddhi jagati gives up. Ube sukrta dushkrute. Ube, both he gives up. Who gives up? The one who is endowed with the samattva buddhi, that is a karma yogi, who enjoys the samattva buddhi, the sameness of mind. He gives up both sukrta and dushkrta in this world. What is sukrta? Sukrta is punyam. Dushkrta is papam. So punya papam. Punya papa is a cause for samsara. Punya papa, they represent samsara. Punyam papam only gives the result in the form of punarjanma. If it is punyam, if it is only punyam, deva janma. If it is only papam, ado janma. If it is a mixture of punya papa, then manushya janma. So punya papa is responsible for this repeated janma, and therefore again maranam, this janma marana cycle. The punya papam is responsible. Therefore, ube, these two, sukrita and dushkrita, punya pape jahati. Kaha, this karma yogi, buddhi yuktaha referring to this person. Karma yogi, buddhi yuktaha, iha, in this world, while doing karma, because he does karma with the karma yoga attitude, therefore, punya and papa, he gives up. Giving up punya papa means giving up the, because he is not interested in karma pala, therefore, punya papa, therefore, gives up punya papa here. How can one gives up punya papa? Punya papa, there is no one can deliberately give up punya papa. When you, as long as you have this kartrutva buddhi, as long as you have this doership, punyam will be there, papa will be there. A karma yogi doing karma will have this kartrutva buddhi. If he has kartrutva buddhi, then punya papa must be there. Punya papa must be there. Therefore, then how can he gives up? Can he gives up punya papa deliberately? He cannot give up. So, therefore, this has to be understood. Punya papa jahati karma yogi means when the person is a karma yogi, follows karma yoga, the intention, the motivation behind karma yoga is antakarna shuddhi. Therefore, jnanam will happen. Being a mumukshu committed to jnanam, therefore, jnanam will happen over a period of time. By what? This antakarna shuddhi dwara, jnanam will happen. Therefore, karma yogi gives up punya papa here while living by this antakarna shuddhi, that antakarna shuddhi by which jnanam is gained, by jnanena he gives up. So antakarna shuddhi dvarena, in the Bhashyam, Shankaracharya very clearly says, antakarna shuddhi dvarena ube sukrita dushkrite iha jahati. Antakarna shuddhi, once the impurities, the ashuddhis are removed, then the person is free from raga dvesha. The person enjoys the calmness, that antakarna shuddhi. He becomes is a karma yogi. If the person is karma yogi and is now committed to jnanam, therefore jnanam will happen. Jnanam is not far away for that person. Therefore, Papa Punya is not there for that person. That is what the meaning is here. Since Antakarana Shuddhi will happen, and by which Jnanam is gained, and by Jnanam, once the Jnanam is gained, this Papa and Punya will not accrue to the person, because when Jnanam is gained, Kartrutva will not be there. While doing karma, Kartrutva Buddhi is there, but in Jnanam, when the person is a Jnani, he doesn't have Kartrutva Buddhi. When Kartrutva Buddhi is not there, therefore Papa Punya also not there. Therefore, Ube Jagati, Sukruta Duskrute Jagati. That is what here the meaning has to be understood. So, therefore, here it says, this Punya Papa, which are the cause for samsara, from that, this Karma Yogi will be free. That is what it means. Khatam, by Chitta Shuddhi Dvarena Jnana Praptya. That we have to supply and understand. That we have to supply. Antakarana Shuddhya Jnana Prapti Dvara Sukrita Duskrite Ube Iha Jahati. Then the person is no more a Karma Yogi, is a Jnani. Even a Karma Yogi also, since his motive is Jnanam. Therefore is a Jnani only. There is no watertight compartment. This is Karma Yogi, this is Jnani. The Karma Yogi, since his goal is Jnana, therefore is a Jnani only, because backed up by that desire for moksha, the knowledge for moksha, it is karma. Therefore, he is going to be a Jnani, future Jnani. Therefore, Ube Sukrita Dushkrite Buddhi Yuktaha Jagati iti. Then, therefore, Tasmat Yogaya Yujyasva. Therefore, Yujyasva. Commit yourself to what? Yogaya. Commit yourself to this Karma Yoga, because it is the means for gaining moksha through Antakarana Shuddhi. Therefore, commit yourself to yoga. That is a means for the moksha. Indirectly. Always you have to say indirectly. Even if you don't say, you have to understand indirectly, because we know Jnanam is the direct means. So, therefore, Yogaya Yujyasva. May you commit yourself, prepare yourself for Karma Yoga. Why? Because Karmasu Kaushalam. What is Karma Yoga? Bhagavan Krishna says, Kaushalam, Karmasu Kaushalam, Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is skillfulness in action. What is that skillfulness? This Kaushalam is translated as skillfulness, translated as efficiency. What is that efficiency? What is that Kushalatvam? Kushalasya bhavaha Kaushalam. What is that Kaushalam? Kaushalam is the state of the mind of the Karma Yogi, by which he changes a karma into a karma yoga. He changes a binding karma into a karma which makes him free. That is the skillfulness. There is no other skillfulness. Not doing action skillfully. That is not doing action skillfully. That is not the meaning here. Doing an action, a kriya, an action skillfully is not Kaushalam. An action can be done skillfully by a trained person. Anybody can do. If the person is trained, in the circus, the person is trained. Therefore, he does all the gymnastics without any mistake. A small mistake will cause maranam, but he does it perfectly. Is it Karma Yoga? No. Karma Yoga is not skillfulness, is action. The skillfulness is in terms of this attitude. The attitude which changes a mere karma into a Karma Yoga. That is what the skillfulness is. So, Karmasu Kaushalam. That Buddhi is Karma Yoga. We will discuss on this Kaushalam more in the next class. We stop here. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyai Stavaihi Vedai Sanga Padakramopanishadaihi ध्यायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततत्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद
गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद
धन्यवाद शरण जी।
धन्यवाद जी।